There's something I've been thinking about a lot recently, and that is, of course, where are the best hiding places within RuneScape? Specifically today, we're going to be focusing on Varrock and finding those places where, if you need to hide, no other player is going to find you. So, with that being said, let's get into it. Here's hiding spot number 1, and of course, if you need to hide, you need somewhere players are rarely, if ever, going to bother looking, then the northwest tower of Varrock Castle is one hell of a good spot to go. Because unless you go tower by tower, you can't actually see this little spot on the map. Okay, maybe you can if you zoom out on the map, but that would involve someone going up to the top of the other towers. And if someone's just wandering around on the levels, I doubt they're going to bother going up the towers. You know, if you're down here, you're like, no one's in Varrock Castle. I'm not going to keep looking in Varrock Castle. Such a classic hiding spot. You got a good view. Of course, you can't see any other players because of the rendering things in RuneScape, but that means they can't see you. So this little tower, you could hang out for as long as you want. I doubt anyone is ever going to come up and bother you here. Let's move on to hiding spot number 2. So hiding spot number 2, we have another tower. This one is, if you recognize, this is the Church of Varrock. Up in the northeast corner. No one can see you up here. There's nothing anywhere nearby on the map. Unless someone is specifically going up towers, searching for players, they are not going to come across you in this wonderful little hiding spot. You have a nice view. If you're spending a long time up here, you can look out towards the certain death of the murderous psychopaths that run around in the wilderness, or you can have a look at the nice views of nature. There's lots of nice trees, there's a balloon off in the distance, marveling at the wonders of the modern world. There's a statue, some of the art and culture, and then of course you can see the architecture of Varrock. Wonderful. What a lovely hiding spot. I reckon you could spend as long as you like up here. So there's a good hideability, good view. Very rare that another player is going to come up here unless they're just randomly exploring towers, which doesn't happen that often. Most players have better things to do, unlike myself. So with all that being said, I'm going to give this one an 8 out of 10 for its wonderful hiding capabilities. Let's move on to the next hiding spot. To the next best hiding spot. This next hiding spot, this is a sneaky one. Hardly any players have ever been down here. And that's because it involves going down a hole. And most players do not like going down holes. So to get to this one, you need to go over to the east side of Varrock into this little fenced off area with a guard. And you'll find a cat and Hook-Nosed Jack, and then a manhole that you can climb down. And I know everyone loves climbing down manholes, so let's get in this manhole. And then we are in the gambling Den of Varrock. Oh, what's this place? What could we do here? Well, if you have a cat, you can bring it along and watch them fight to the death. No, they don't fight to the death. Fight rats to the death. And you can just come and spectate. And this is such a good hiding spot because I don't think anyone's ever been down here. I think I'm one of like a handful of players that have been down here. And it's great. You have this nice cozy atmosphere lit by candlelights. You have cats and rats. And the cats are murdering the rats if you like watching a bit of murder. There, of course, is the lovely Varrock brick surrounding you. There's some nice people to speak to, some gamers. I bet you love gamers. They're just like you. You can spectate at the rat wall, bent over, where the gamers walking by. So many gamers. There's a barman. Can come and talk to him if you get bored of the gamers. Can buy food and beer. What a lovely spot to come to. You can just sit here all day, watch the rats run around, take bets. You can bring your cat if you want to watch them do some murdering. You can hang out with these psycho gamers that just love watching murder in a basement all day. Just like yourself. So in terms of hideability, this place rates quite high. No players are ever coming down here. You get a nice view of Varrock architecture, you get some nice candlelights, it's cozy, there's people to speak to, they're gamers, but still, you can speak to them. There's some animals you can watch, running around, getting murdered. Those could be some selling points to you, and the sheer entertainment value alone will make this appealing to many of you, I know. And that's why this rates at an 8 out of 10 for hideability. Honestly, I think you could spend as long as you need down here, and no one is ever going to come and find you. Not only are there people you can speak to, there's a cat. A cat that loves watching fights. You can come and speak to the cat when you're bored. I think that bumps it up an extra point. I think this, the rat hole, the manhole that leads down to the rat pits of Varrock, gets a 9 out of 10 for hideability. Let's move on to the next area. This next spot is in sort of the middle, southern Varrock. It's a little bit east from the main entrance when you're coming up from Lumbridge. And it's down in this... Oh, what's this? A plaque. What could that plaque say? VTAM. Ooh, spooky. Let's have a look. What's going on down here? The next best hiding place is, of course, the Phoenix Gang hideout. And why is this so good? Because if you've joined the Phoenix Gang, then you can just come and hang out with your little gang buddies in the basement together. And no one's going to come down here. How often are people doing the Shield of Arav quest? Not that often. Even less often are people coming down here. No one comes back to visit the gang. Once you've done that quest, you're not coming back here. And most people have done it in free to play, so if you're looking for a good hiding spot where you can just hang out with your fellow gang members down in this dark basement, and it has the added bonus of if you joined the Phoenix Gang, you can go through these doors and hide in the back room, and then if the people that you're hiding from, or maybe you're not hiding from anyone, maybe you just want to be alone, but if you do have people pursuing you, then providing they're not in the Phoenix Gang, you have a superb hiding spot because, look at this, they're not allowed in. Black Arm Gang dogs like myself are not allowed into this little hideout. That's a big bonus. It's got a nice moody atmosphere down here. It's got some beautiful modern Varrock bricks. Very nice. It's got some people that you can fight if you'd like to do some fighting. You can talk to the Straven guy. That's pretty cool. It's got furniture. It's got all your mod cons. If you're just looking for a place to chill, just get away from it all, then down in the Phoenix Gang basement is a place I would recommend. So it's got some people for you to talk to. It's got some nice moody atmosphere. It's underground, so it's great climate controlled. The humidity is great for my chest. It's wonderful. And of course, the likelihood of anyone coming here is very low. It's slightly higher than the other locations because of that quest element to this area, but that happens so infrequently. I bet you could spend weeks down here and not see a single other player. And for those reasons, I'm giving this one a 7 out of 10 in terms of hideability. Let's move on to the next location. This next spot is in the very south, the very most southwestern point of Varrock. And it is, of course, the Thieves Hideout, this little thieves' den. No one's coming into this thieves' den. Why are people coming to this thieves' den? Well, for the Shield of Arav quest, I'll concede to that. But if you go up the staircase here, you have a good vantage point. Because if you're hiding in here, although if someone's trying to find you, they could be checking up these ladders of the walls, they could be checking these other buildings, but because it's so far southwest, you can see them. you have a vantage point from this cozy little thieves' den. And you can see people looking around. And if you see someone there, it's going to take them a while to run down here. And that gives you time to get away. Gives you time to escape and evade. Escape, evade, repeat. Something like that. That's what the guy says. And from up here, you got a nice view. You can look out, see, oh, what's that? Is that a river off in the distance? Very nice. What's that? Oh, some trees, a forest. Oh, and some dead trees off in the distance. Oh, interesting. A farm patch. We can watch some farmers do some farming. We get a good view of the Champions Guild. Get a good view of Varrock. This is a nice location. It's got some good furnishings. Got some cupboards you can explore. Have a look at what the thieves have been thieving and storing in their little cache here. Of course, there's basically sweet fuck all, but that's because these are terrible thieves. They're just not very good at stealing. This hideout has a lot going for it. It's a good viewpoint for you to be able to see if there are other players searching for you and allow you to make a quick getaway. It's got some nice furnishings. It's a house. It's a wooden house, which in Varrock usually means not quality. And looking at this one, I would agree this one's not quality, but it has a very rustic vibe to it. For all those reasons, and also because people do quests and might come in here, very unlikely though, I'm going to give this one a 6 out of 10 in terms of hideability. There you have it, the best places to hide in Varrock, within the city walls. If we go outside of those city walls and explore the greater Varrock hiding places, there are some bangers out there, some very good hiding places. But we'll save that for another day. Let me know if you want to find out where the best hiding places in greater Varrock are. Or if you're content with just knowing where the greatest hiding spots within the city walls are. I hope you enjoyed coming along on the adventure and finding where's the best place to hide in Varrock. I'll see you next time.